Rock bottle on the track.
Serum in your ear. No more lies, no fear. Tory bringing it clear. Good Trump shifting gears. Podcast light as flames. Spitting truth, breaking chains. Welcome to Orlando, man. Real talk, no games. Truth serum, truth serum, truth serum. We living it, we bring it in. Truth serum, breaking all the lies again. From the street.
Oh, wait a minute. We are live. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? I'm your boy, the good one, the black Trump, the good Trump, Tory, Lil T, whatever you know me as, that be me. And I am, man, if y'all seeing all this beauty here, because I know, you know, I can be a little hard to look at, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I have been told I have the perfect voice for radio.
You do.
You know? I have the perfect face for radio. That's what I meant to say. But I have a beautiful young lady sitting to my left, your right. And can you introduce yourself, ma'am, just a little bit?
My name is Mimi Mala. Shout out to all the people out there in Orlando. I am from WOKB Peace on the Streets radio show where we air every Wednesday from 9 to 12 a.m. Eastern Time here on WOKB Radio or 100.7 FM, 1680 a.m. WOKB Radio, peaceonthestreets.com, or iHeartRadio, baby. Come on.
Everywhere. You already know, man. And I met you a few weeks ago, thanks to this man here. What? It's been about a month, almost a month. And we came to your show, and I had a ball.
Yeah.
I had no idea I was going to be on the show until we got there. And I'm so glad he did. He told me at the last second. I just thought I was coming to support him. You know what I'm saying?
I can have one person
Yeah.
in the background or in the lounge
Yeah.
come. And then you gave me the opportunity. I was like,
Yeah.
the first person. He's like, I'm ready.
You're perfect.
I'm ready. He told me I'm ready.
Perfect.
I'll be like 9:20.
Yep. And I was there. And y'all was there. You know what I'm saying? And I had a ball. I seen you do your thing.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And look, let me tell y'all. You know how some people beautiful on social media, then when you see them, it's different. She is exactly as beautiful in person as on social media, and that's just not blowing smoke up her behind because she is. That's fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you now. I have to give a thank you to Nate. Thank you to Nate. Thank you, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I'm so humbled, guys. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, man.
Beautiful soul, you know, and beautiful.
Yes.
outside and inside.
Amen.
Yes.
Word.
I wanted to talk to you because when I came and I saw everything you do the radio, but that's not all you do. Tell everybody else what else Mimi does.
So I am also Miss International World Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
As well, Of course, I'm in broadcasting radio. I'm a radio personality, a host, where I've hosted several events, even the Salsa Fest out in Hollywood, Florida. Big shout out to Hollywood in Florida. It's an amazing experience, as well as I work for the Orlando Magic. I work for the Orlando Solar Bears. Orlando City.
Those are fun games.
Soccer Club, MLS,
Yes.
baby.
Yes.
And Orlando Pride. The Women's Championship Soccer League, they won last year, 2024. They're the champions.
There you go. Congrats to the women. Did we go to the game? The women played, right?
we did the
Yeah,
women.
we went to the women game. That was fun. It was a show.
I'm low key. It's more fun than the guys game.
No,
it is.
let me say
It
this.
is.
Though. First of all, I have big shout out to Orlando Pride because I work for these ladies. I just absolutely love them. Big shout out to them. They're the first ones to ever bring a title championship to Orlando. No one else has done this. Not even the NBA, not Orlando Magic, not the men, but the women brought the championships to Orlando. Big shout out to the women.
Yeah, big shout out to the women.
Come on.
Doing
and
the
not
thing.
to mention, and I gotta say this because why? Because I can. They are underpaid than most of all the athletes that are representing Orlando. How are you gonna underpay champions that brought it to the city? So let's talk about this, Orlando, and I hope that they change their views about the women because they brought the title to Orlando.
I agree.
Big shout out to my women.
There you go.
Come on.
Y'all hear it right there. Congrats to the women. I'm gonna be attending some games this year for sure.
I mean, honestly, do you know 7 of those women made it to the Olympics? Do you know that they?
I didn't know that.
I mean, more than the men, and they went against America, which was Marta. Big shout out to Marta that plays for the Pride.
Yeah.
She was playing for Brazil, 'cause that's where she's from, but she came from the Pride, and she's still in the Pride. But she went against America, which America won. So of course we're proud, happy. Big shout out to America that won the Olympics championship. But that's how deeply invested these women are. These women are no joke. They're on the Olympics, guys, and they're underpaid.
Come on, we gotta do better. We gotta do better, man. Let's do better. Let's get these women some moolah. Get them paid, man. They won a medal for our country. Come on.
Come on, and not to mention, you guys been to the games, right?
I went to one game. Yep.
How'd you like it?
I enjoyed
They
it.
always win.
It was they kicked butt that day.
They always
They
win.
kicked butt that day. We were sitting in the little, I think the part where it's like, what you call that part? The standing part,
It's,
You're talking about the fan section.
the fan section. We
Correct.
stand there. It was, the atmosphere was, everybody was having a good time.
that is what the soccer culture is about, period. It is quite different from the NBA to NHL to even ECHL, which is like minor right under the NHL. It is quite different. I mean, sports atmosphere is dope, period. When
yeah.
you're there live, it's insane because they're passionate. That's why they're playing.
Yeah.
It's dope, but
You feel like you're in another country.
you
It's like
feel
Argentina.
you feel like you're international.
You know, it's
That's
a
right.
different type
Yeah.
of experience.
That's right.
That,
You know, everybody
I have
treats it
to,
differently, but man, soccer it feels like
Yeah.
international.
Everybody.
Everything goes. Take
What's
off your
the-
shirt.
yeah.
Do you know that we can drink? So when they win the championship, they bring us upstairs to drink with them. I'm like, we can drink on the job. And then, we clock out, guys. We clock out.
Clock out.
We clock out. But they say stay. We're going to celebrate together and have the bar open and celebrate. And you don't celebrate like that in any other culture of sports.
No.
You can
No,
off
they
the
drink
clock.
they drink the little fake me out champagne when they get backstage, but
We're not even allowed to drink off the clock in any other sport but soccer. I'm just saying. That's how
look,
dope it
I have
is.
never been to a soccer game till I came down here, and it was the most fun I've had at probably any sporting event.
Really?
Yeah,
Very affordable too.
very affordable. Yeah,
You know, it's very.
Very. And like the energy is insane. So I originally just got the authentic on the field championship jerseys from the Orlando Pride. Over $200 for this jersey, right? But it's custom made, authentic on the field. The patch, everything's insane. They're wearing this on the field, and they put my name on the back.
I was gonna ask you. They put your name on the back. Oh, see, hold on now. There you go. You already know.
And my soccer number, 14, when I was back in the day.
So now speaking of back in the day, now I wanna learn a little bit about your history. Let's go back into Baby Me.
Oh,
Let's go back into Baby Me. Now, we're in Orlando, but where are you from originally?
New York, Long Island, born and raised. Shout out to Long Island.
New York, Long Island.
631-516.
Now I'm gonna ask you something that you notice. I know you notice it down here, but I notice it. You've been down here for how long?
Oh, I don't really want to talk about that because then we're going to start getting a little bit of, I've been here too long, or yeah, I've been here way too long. Long enough.
Long enough.
I get the culture.
Have you noticed, what's the biggest culture shock you've noticed since you moved down here?
Wow. I'm going to say it off top. That's a great question. The culture shock I received out here was the segregation. I have not seen segregation really ever, and I'm not lying to you. I really haven't seen it. In New York, it's where, at least where I'm from, Long Island, there was a lot of segregation in Long Island before my time.
Right.
But as I was growing up, it was more of just everybody. I just don't recall anyone asking you what your race was, where you're from, none of that. It was more just about what's your name and what are you doing.
Right.
And then when I moved to Florida, the first thing they asked me is, what are you? The first thing. I'd never been asked that before. I'm like, a woman?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
they had to know, there was animated to know what I was, what my race was. They must know. And I didn't answer it because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I just was never asked that before. So seeing and being here, I still see the segregation, which is mind-blowing.
Right.
And it's discouraging at times, but I think us and the younger generation are changing that game.
Yeah.
We don't see that. And I think that it's a beautiful thing to see that it's changing because the old school ways are very animate here and they're
Right.
very persistent. And they would like outcast you, blacklist you if you think anything different.
They will. They surely will. They surely will. That's I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest things culture shock to me was that, and like I said, we uncensored. So I'm gonna say it. These motherfuckers here can't drive. I say that every podcast because it's true. You motherfucker can't drive.
Every podcast.
You can't, and it makes me sick. And this is why, and I used to didn't mind driving when I was in DC. Down here, I can't stand driving. And it's all because these people. I hate driving down here.
What is the difference?
The difference is these people down here is one of two things. There ain't no in the middle. They either stupid or crazy. It's one of the two.
Just don't care.
I think they too stupid to care, to not care. So, like, for instance, and I'll tell you, I have never been, I've seen it happen probably twice in my life until I came down here. I see it almost every week. You're driving on 528 or I-4. I have never seen so many people go from the far left lane
Oh, I already know.
all the way to the far right to catch the exit in one move.
In one move.
Good luck, everybody.
Right. It ain't no one lane switch, next lane switch. No, it's boom, 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 exit.
And do they use the signals at all?
Don't use a signal at all.
That's typical what it is, yeah.
Then on top of that, what I've learned down here, and you've been out here, I know he knows, I know, I had to learn it. Just because the light turns green don't mean you go. Down this motherfucker, you gonna have to wait at least 5 seconds and then go. Because the motherfuckers on the other end, they will run a red light 10 seconds after they turn red.
That's okay. I'm glad you know this. That's the difference. So being here for at least over 5 years, I'm gonna say that I get the culture, and it is that most people do run red lights out here, which is why they die. And secondly, did you guys know?
I mean, but it's just the way you said it.
I know. It's harsh, but it's real.
It's true.
But let me say this. Do you know that Florida's #1 for the most pedestrian hits and kills? Because most of them run red lights and they all don't use crosswalks. Most of them don't. And the reason is because I think it's so long. It's miles. It's not like New York. It's not like even Long Island.
Right.
It's just miles out to where they have to walk so far to get to that point.
You also got to think that's we're a big melting pot.
This is very true, Nate.
Okay?
So Nate's speaking about many cultures.
I'm the only one who's been in 35 years straight.
And
There's many different people from around the world here.
yeah,
Local.
yeah.
Different
Right.
states and all.
Like, no, you're just here
Exactly.
on a bus stop, and you're gonna be out in 3
Hold on a second. We gotta get you a mic before
Yeah,
you.
right.
Give me a second. I'm gonna hook a mic up when we go on the break. Because all they can hear is the background there. They can't really hear you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you a mic when we go on break. But no, you're right, because I will say this. I didn't know what Florida Man was. Now I know what Florida Man
It
is.
blew up.
Florida Man, I seen it for my own eyes one time when I was driving. Speaking of crosswalks,
Okay.
I was driving somewhere. I was leaving Tom's Watch Bar, and I was coming home, and this dude in a wheelchair had the audacity to think that he is in a car He had the audacity to be in the turning lane, looking both ways before he made a turn, as if he was in a car. He's in a wheelchair with the little steering wheel thing and everything. And everybody he was yielding like he had a car. Like, bro, who you gonna run over? Who you gonna run over? Why are you just go? Matter of fact, you should be on the sidewalk.
Do you think he's worried about people trying to run him over?
No, I think he's worried about trying to run people over. That's what I think. Cause he's sitting up there, it's a wonder, that I'm not making fun of people in wheelchair, please. I'm not doing that. But people in the wheelchair, they have the little tiny stick that they turn to go, right?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I seen this man turn the little joint like he had a steering wheel
That's
on
funny.
the little wheel thing like that.
Yo,
But-
you know what? That's dope, though. They should have that little, ball, to be able to maneuver and groove. I mean,
just turn the thing,
you gotta think about it. This is the retirement place. It's usually not in Orlando, but mostly like the Villages, which is not so far away from us.
Yeah.
Most of them come out here and retire, which is a beautiful thing. I love Florida.
Yeah.
But we moved out here. I don't ever want to move back anywhere else, like not New York.
Me either.
I haven't been around, so I'm gonna be quiet. I'm sure other states can be quite beautiful. But when I moved here, I'm like, I'm sold. It's
Exactly.
just everything's around here, and the beach is right there. I mean,
Right.
it has its badness with the segregation. And I'm gonna say this, I'm not gonna talk politics. I'm not talking politics.
Okay, go ahead.
But something in the politics showcased that many of them came from Orlando. And when I see what happened
Yeah.
last year, and most of them are here, 15 minutes away from us, the leaders of the pack, I was like, I told you it's segregated. I told you the old school ways are here. And let me say, some of them in their 40s and they still think this way.
In their
Usually
40s.
by 40s and under, we've been around the multicultural, the openness, the people, the open-mindedness. We just are adult people. So to see that, it's a little, they're still there. So us as a people that are open-minded needs to stick together because we could change the game for us in the future.
I'm telling you,
The
I'm
old
with
school
you.
ways is here, my friend.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. And I'm gonna say this. I'm with you because Florida has it's not perfect, but you couldn't pay me to move back to DC.
You wouldn't move back, huh?
Hell no.
So big shout out to DC because I really love DC.
Well, that's because you never lived there. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really love New York?
I do.
Okay.
It made me who I am today.
Okay.
And I'm so grateful to be born there.
Right.
Because I'm not afraid of culture, religion, people, nothing.
Right.
And that's a big deal for
Yeah.
people who you are, open-minded, stress
That's true.
less, beautiful
That's true.
life, beautiful relationships. I think we all met so easily.
That's true.
The energy, the heart, the
Yeah.
spirit itself.
It's funny because you can tell when you meet somebody down here that they're not from here.
Yes, you can.
You can kind of tell. Like I could
all
not.
gravitate fast
Yeah.
with each other. Yeah.
When they told me he lived down here, I said, that's bullshit. You got to be from New York, dog. You don't have the typical Florida vibe. You have like you from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's from New York. But, he's the exception to the rule. But
He's very hard to find.
very hard. to
He's
find.
open-minded, and but he's in organizations, nonprofits. He put himself into places with many different kinds of people.
Many different people.
Yeah.
And look, and I love it. And I love it.
Well, he's raised well.
Raised well, yeah. Oh yeah. Salute. I'm gonna say this though. The one thing I noticed, I'm not gonna keep bashing Florida because again, you couldn't pay me to leave here to go back
Me
home.
neither. I love it here. I love
So
it.
I love it here. It's not perfect, but I love it here. And some of the things I'm mentioning about Florida, that we're mentioning about Florida, is 10 times worse where in DC for me. Okay, so let me put it out there. Well, if you don't like it, you can go back.
I
No.
always say that.
Yeah.
That's what everybody said, like me. Except like a lot of people come out from New York or Jersey, they be like, man, this is the real city. Jersey's
Right.
the real city.
Right.
New York, okay, well, they go to the real city.
Right. I'm like, bruh, let me tell you, the little things that we mentioned about Florida is you can multiply it times 20 where I'm from. But that doesn't mean Florida's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
No state is.
No state is, but you can't pay me to move back to where
No,
I was.
for me, it's paradise. It's stress less here.
Yes.
I gained so much so fast here. I had a house already, a car, and my friends are now getting into homes.
Yeah.
And Long Island is highly expensive. What's going on? When they're stressing for so long. I don't want to live life that way and stress for the rest of my life.
No, this is perfect, and we're in the middle of the state. So when the hurricanes come here, they're
That's
weak.
the only thing. The hurricanes and tornadoes.
Well, the
We saw
hurricane-
a tornado recently.
I saw it on the
It
newscast.
hit here.
It hit here,
It
like
hit
right on
from-
I-4.
Yes.
It was actually it hit the news station. They were on the air while it hit them.
Guys, literally while we're watching the warnings about the tornado, it hit our news stations where they had to duck under their desk.
Under the desk.
Like, I've never seen anything like it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's here.
We got the comment from there. I gotta move that, but yeah, you guys are
My
hilarious.
boy Raphael told me.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's true though. That's one thing. I never experienced a tornado.
Yeah.
Only hurricanes in New York. So when they say like hit the shelters, what do I do? Where do I go?
Right.
What am I gonna do? At seconds you have, my friend.
Oh,
and
my
I mean
goodness.
seconds. You could hear it and you better find a spot.
Let me tell you something. When that hurricane hit here, Milton, I wanted to have a hurricane party because it seems like people have hurricane parties
They
down
do.
here.
They do.
We're gonna have one this year.
Salud, let's do it.
Right.
We're gonna have a hurricane party this year. Watch out the camera. Watch the camera, sir. Watch the camera. There you go.
Bing, bing, bing.
There you go. There you go. Look, we're gonna have a hurricane party this year, okay? But let me tell you, that hurricane came through Milton, okay? And I thought it was the end of the world. And that thing came through, and I'm in here. I'm like, oh, all I heard was, ooh. It was like ghosts was outside, and then it sounded like, I mean, this apartment can withstand it, but I wasn't sure at that time. You know what I'm saying? It's my first, and the joint. I was like, oh, this is a wrap. I'm on the top floor too. I'm gonna fly down to the bottom somewhere.
Wow.
So I was scared, but if I lived through that, so I think I'm good now.
I think the worst, I mean, I maybe because I'm used to hurricanes in New York, but it's the tornadoes that I just,
Yeah.
I don't, it's, from what I've seen here in Orlando for the first time in my life, that it got so close to what I've seen. And
Yeah.
people that live here have seen it before.
Yeah.
But to see that, I was, wow, it happens in seconds. And I mean, while we're talking, right now it's hitting. So you got to go
See?
under this to
Yeah.
survive because you won't make it to the bathroom.
No.
You won't make it to like a glass-less room,
Right,
which
right.
you're supposed to do, guys, apparently. And that's how fast that is. And people survive by going under their like table right here.
Man, I've never seen so many people so calm during the end of the world.
That they're used to it.
Down here, it's like it's the end of the world. What are y'all doing? Y'all going to restaurants, still going to bars. You talking about this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, shorty, we about to die, and y'all having parties and shit. It's like, okay, now I understand.
I'm gonna just say Orlando, big shout out because we rarely get these things. It's usually, outskirts of Orlando.
Outskirts,
That's
yeah.
why we all live here because we live inner.
Inner,
and we
yeah.
have to go through it. But
Exactly.
Tampa goes to the abuse. Tampa, Miami.
Tampa, the
they go
coast,
through a
yeah.
lot.
I was told don't move to the coast.
Yeah,
I was
me-
told
yeah.
when I got down here. So let me ask you. So now I remember you just said you had your number, your soccer number. Did you play athletics when you were young?
So I'm gonna say I did play sports all throughout junior high to high school in New York. So again, shout out to New York. I played lacrosse, field hockey,
Ooh, you tough.
hockey as well, guys.
Hockey.
Yes, that was a big deal. My first sport was hockey.
Oh, you kick
Street
ass.
hockey. Then it came to ice hockey. And then eventually it was a field hockey. It was a big thing in New York. And then lacrosse, soccer. I did a little bit of baseball, no basketball. I was way too short. I tried. It was just for fun.
What about football?
I did.
You played football?
It was called women football, which was called powder puff football. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of that.
I haven't heard of
That
that.
was a football league only for girls. And
Ooh, so y'all had pads on and all that
Yes.
stuff?
And guess what position I was?
Linebacker.
No.
What?
Yeah, I was a linebacker. I'm like 5'3", buck 110. I was defense always because I was the fastest, smallest one.
Cornerback?
No, defense. I was always defense. I was like the running back. If you want to say.
No. Hold on. You can't be the running back on defense.
No, wait, hold on. I am the defense when I ran the ball and shot straight for the field. What does it mean? What does
You
it
were
mean?
running back. That means you were on offense.
Oh, my bad. Offense.
You running back. I'm like, wait a minute. There's no running backs on defense. Hold on. I gotta give you one for that.
She look fast.
I gotta give you one for that. Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
I was offense.
Offense. Okay, I'm about to say.
Okay. I was never in defense because they used to knock the shit out of me. I was
But still tough. You had to run through
Yeah,
people.
but they would hit me. So they took me out of defense and put me in the offense. That's what it was. because
Okay,
they would
okay.
hit me and knock me out. And I'm 5'3". So when they put me into offense where I was fast enough,
Yeah.
that's when that came into play.
Right.
So,
So you are very. Not only are you So you're athletic too. So you do all these. You talk about these sports, but you played it. You lived it.
Typically, it was always defense and everything.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that powder puff, I did that and they knocked me out. And I got knocked out by a girl named Erica. I'll never forget you, Erica.
Ooh.
So what? Erica. Oh,
Erica, leave a comment here.
I mean, Erica Palma. I
Erica
love
Palma.
to see you. I love
Leave
you.
a
I love her
comment.
to this day. I love her. So when she knocked me out, they put me into offense. So I was used to defense. So I'm sorry. And that's when
Oh, okay.
I took off.
I got you. I got. She knocked you out so bad you forgot what position you
Very
play.
bad. She did.
I'm messing
Very
with you.
bad. And she was my height, my weight, son. No. She was my height, but more mass than me.
More mass. Okay.
Mass.
Okay.
Mass appeal.
Wow. Well, now, so this was in high school.
High school. Junior
Wow, so
high,
you
high
were
school.
athletic.
Yes. And then I tried to go to college for lacrosse, but they stopped that. When I moved here, that really didn't exist
Gotcha.
in
Yeah.
Orlando. So that was the end of it. And I was 14. My number was 14 all throughout my years of playing.
So so you have siblings, right?
I do.
And you're the youngest, middle, oldest. What are you?
Oldest.
Oldest. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, big shout out to Bobby and Selena.
So did you like were you like the big bossy sibling or?
I'm gonna say this. To this day, my siblings and I are extremely close. We're in a group text. We talk every single day almost. They look up to me. We talk. I love them. They love me. I helped raise them. They got straight A's and B's because of me.
Y'all hear that, right?
Yeah. And they maintained all throughout their years. And even when I moved out, because I was the oldest, I still came back, still took them out, still teach them, still raised them. I never forgot them, like my own kids.
Yeah.
So they would always be like, "You're gonna be a good mom," and I'm like, "I think I will," because I love them.
Yeah.
To this day, they're married now, all of them, and I was their officiant for one of their weddings.
What's
So
up?
that's how close we are. And one of them is a movie producer. So he created short films where it was on like Amazon Prime and
Okay.
things like that. So big shout out to Bobby Vargas.
Shout out Bobby.
I'm just so proud of you, my brother.
Yeah.
And we were part of his films because we all dip in together. We're a big
Gotcha.
family. And my sister's a producer. She does music. So she created music beats, music production, and even helps with soundstage and sound. Where she ends up working for WWE for Full Sail right here in
Wait
Orlando.
a minute. Now you going in my territory right now.
Yeah.
You said WWE.
My family are beasts, and one of them literally works for them at the moment. And not only that, she served our country. She was in the Air Force.
Wow.
Right out of high school, went all the way through her degrees to her master's, and then went back to school, and now is just enjoying her life. So she worked
Wow.
for Full Sail, WWE. She's doing big things.
Yeah.
So that's my sibling. So imagine what they're doing outskirts of me, and they are very modest. So they're behind the scenes. I'm the one that's out there.
Would you say that you were raised in a family where how would you describe your upbringing? Would you describe it as tough or like by the law, or how would you describe your upbringing when you were young?
I am a military brat. So I was born in New York, moved to Germany for 4 years, and raised on a military base. And my dad served all throughout Gulf War and everything. So big shout out to our veterans.
Yes,
Huge
definitely.
shout out. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Especially through the Gulf War, I've literally seen these guys leave and come back with the yellow ribbons tied to our trees and things like that. So when my dad came back, he came back on my birthday, and he came back walking down the streets with his big sack, his military fatigue, his boots, and walking down the streets. And that's when my heart dropped, and I knew he was home.
Yeah.
And on my birthday, which was insane because he couldn't make most of it.
Right,
so
right.
I was born a military brat, extremely very strict.
Mm.
I mean, to the point where if I didn't wake up in the morning, he'll take a mattress and throw me off the bed, guys. But now
Yeah.
I'm abuse.
Yo, I was raised. My
Like,
father.
what was it?
My father was Marines,
Marines.
and he was in Vietnam, and he was the way I was raised was like be on time,
Yeah.
do what you say you're gonna do, and it was like no, it was like it was no middle grade. It wasn't black and white. It was black or white. It wasn't a gray. It wasn't no gray thing. It was black, and some of it I agree with. Some of it I didn't. So I try to kind of change that with my daughter. But a lot of the stuff
Right.
he ingrained in me was discipline as far as timeliness. Do what you say you're gonna do.
Wow.
And you know.
Let me just say, that lifestyle is so respected. And why I say that is like, I am raised with a very tight family. I'm very grateful for them. I love you all so much. My dad has about 16 siblings. Some of them passed away already, but just being raised in such a big family, it was always about loyalty, respect, and things like that. Like kind of like La Mafia, like back in the day, right?
Yeah.
But the military even made it worse. So it was more about your word is bond.
Yeah.
To this day, I still live by that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And when you work in business, it means a lot, and they
means
see
a
it
ton
and
of
they
shit.
mean it.
Yeah.
So that was huge.
Yeah.
Loyalty, another huge.
Yes,
thing.
that's huge with me, and that's why I surround myself with people I know.
Come on.
Like Nate and
Let's show
a few
off.
other people's like loyalty is big to me, but at the same time,
Consistency, man, too.
and maybe and I don't know if you notice this about Florida. Going back to the Florida thing, the one thing I do notice that wasn't up in the north. People down here are extremely sensitive. They are extremely they take shit so personal.
They stress out pretty fast as well. By
Yes, I was like, yo, I'm. It's nothing. It's nothing against you. It's just that, like for instance, maybe I don't feel like going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? like you know, we'll have events or whatever, and then I don't make it, and it's not because maybe it's not nothing personal. Maybe I just don't feel like going out that night, or maybe I just don't want to go to the event. It's nothing personal, you know what I'm saying? So I've kind of cut back with the people now. Like I hang with Nate. Nate, well, like Nate, man, I ain't gonna make him now. He like, oh, I got you, brother. You cool, you good. But it's so.
They take it to the heart here.
They take it to the heart, and maybe again, how I raised with the Marines is like
Wow.
my father was very disciplinary, but he wasn't the emotional type of dude.
Big shout to the Marines and the Army.
Yeah.
I understand.
The emotion,
Air
the
Force.
the emotion was lacking, and so I try to pause now, get being older, and see, am I just being a hack, a cold, heartless hack? Maybe I need to incorporate more and more. So I'm doing that now, and but yeah, man, it's a difference. Like up north, you know, New Yorkers, DC, like we don't take stuff too personal. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's because there's a lot going on over there? Left
Yeah.
and right, from all aspects, from all corners. Do you think it's because we've seen it all, been through it all?
Probably so. It probably so.
Literally.
Yeah.
Florida's more spread out.
It's,
You have people in the suburbs. with
that's
the
true.
business, right?
That's true.
There's more to offer there. There's more going on.
Big city or not, and I feel
That's true.
like people like say from New York, right? You're in
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're on Long Island, you might not see the same person. As
That's true.
Exactly
That's
that.
true. That's true.
Exactly
That's
that.
true.
But over here,
It's
more spread out.
it's more spread out,
Be
and
sheltered
people.
here, very
yeah.
poor, then yeah.
But I you know, I don't know. Like maybe it's the North, and of course I be raised in Marine.
That's-
It's like I don't like being around anybody where I feel like I gotta walk on eggshells.
That's a huge thing for me as well. It's not a lovely life to be living that. It's even with a partner, with friends, with a business partner, any of that nature, to have to walk on eggshells sucks. So it's more of that's when you gotta be quiet at that point and maneuver your way out of it.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
walking on eggshells, they're gonna blow that up.
Yeah.
That is that
Yeah.
one moment where they're finding to blow that up.
Yeah.
So you gotta maneuver your way. You can maneuver, guys, and you can maneuver quite well
Yeah. Yeah.
to where it won't get you.
It won't get you, yeah.
I think us up north learned how to maneuver.
Yeah.
We know what we want right away. If we can sense it and feel it coming, I
Yeah.
can see it in a text. I can see it through stream. I can
Right.
see,
Yeah.
like, if I want to deal with it or not. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. But what I'll say on the flip side of that is that the people down here are not as shallow. The people down here are much, much nicer. And I told Nate and a couple people before, when I came down here the first couple months, I went to a grocery store and somebody said hi to me.
This is true.
And like it ain't, when I tell them that's nothing to them, that's nothing to them. That always happens. But I'm like, hi. Like up north, we don't say that. We don't say hi to each other.
Because you think they're up to no good. If they do
Right.
things, they mind the business, they keep
Yeah.
moving. But okay, I'll say the difference. Up north, if something happens to you quite fast and that people feel like it's wrong, they will say something immediately. They'll do something immediately. They'll make it happen immediately.
Yeah.
Over here, they'll see it. They'll just watch because they're afraid to say something. But
Right.
let me say this. Over here, that's the Southern hospitality.
That's what
if
it
they're
is.
saying hi to you, they expect it back.
Yeah.
If they're waving, they expect it back. And that's just because they expect that genuineness back. And I think you have to
Exactly.
respect their culture as
I
well.
respect it a lot.
And
Yeah.
I do. Come
Yeah.
in, oh, wow, me? Yeah. Hey. You know what
Like,
I
I'm
mean?
like,
Yeah.
Look, I don't, and I feel so bad because I don't think I say hi back to the person because I was in shock that they say hi.
Right.
I was looking behind me like, must be talking to somebody.
Very nice nice people.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
just have
so-
appreciation.
You gotta deliver that same love
Yeah,
back.
you do, you do.
Because that's that. Basically, they're like, welcome. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, I
yeah.
learned that from working with the Future Farmers of America,
Yeah.
from working with people around the way. They have such a hospitality respect. It's just the chivalry in that
Yeah.
nature. And I absolutely love it. They'll say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. They'll look at you, but they demand the respect back. It's like the military.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's when, like, I say hi, but I say hi back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like that. So I learned to dip into it, and I love it
Yeah.
because if they see you as part of the community, they
Right.
would embrace you and be a part of that. But in New York,
true.
you're on your own. To each is
On your own, man. Everybody's fast paced. They going somewhere. They got something to do.
But they will say something. One man will say something if
You might get
wrong.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen it all the time.
You might,
When
yeah,
they
they
say
will.
disrespect, they tell you what's up.
Oh yeah, disrespect. Yeah, they'll chap in on that. If it's something that could potentially be a fight, it's on. It's on.
They will. And if they say something wrong with a woman, they will say something. They'll
They'll say
protect-
something.
They do things like that. And
true.
so the cultures are quite different, and it's respected.
Yeah.
I love both.
I love both because there's pluses and minuses, but there are more pluses down here than minuses. I
think
will say
so?
that. I think so.
Do you think there's more minuses up north?
Yes. Absolutely. 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 And maybe because maybe after another year and a half, maybe I'll change that opinion. But for the first year and a half, yeah, there are definitely more pluses than minuses down here.
Why?
It's the atmosphere. When I went back home last year to visit, soon as I got off the plane, I felt the energy was there. I mean, soon as I got
no.
off the plane, it was like,
Oh no!
yeah, I couldn't wait to get back home. As soon as I got back down here, it was like,
Wow.
it was just a different vibe, a different energy. And I say different because I'm trying not to say better. I'm saying different. It was a different energy. So, maybe I haven't been down here long enough to see the full scope, but I'm just speaking for a year and a half down here. Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this: you could dip any culture in New York to any culture anywhere else, and they will get along and dip in very easily.
That's true.
That's why I'm glad I'm raised there, because I'm open-minded and I
Yeah.
get culture, religion, and people.
Right,
I have
right.
no fear with that.
That's true.
That's a big deal, especially for our younger generation.
Yes.
Especially for making a unity, for sticking together, for working for humans, period.
Yeah.
That now that we're seeing a lot of segregation, a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
getting pulled back and targeting certain individuals.
Yeah.
It's we're human.
That's true.
And we see the humane in people, and we dip into that. So I think that's why I'm glad I'm raised there.
Yeah.
Because I could dip into any culture,
That's
in
true.
any field,
That's true.
in any background, and I get along with them, and I'm in.
You're in. Let's I wanna move up a little bit and talk about how you got into radio. What was it? Did you go to school? First of all, yeah, how did you get into radio? Why did you get into radio? Was it something you always wanted to do, or was it something you kind of fell into? How did that happen? Was college or?
I did not go to school for communications.
Okay,
At
okay.
all. People were like, what? How'd you get there? Did not. So I was in entertainment, period. I was signed to John Casablanca at 13 years old in Queens, New York. So my parents always saw something in me.
Yeah.
And I always had that spunk, and I was out there. And so I was signed through them. So the whole time I worked on acting, modeling, pageants, but I wanted to do more.
Right.
As I became an adult, I wanted to do more of like runway. After that, productions, entertainment, live events. I dipped myself into nonprofit organizations, and I got myself into learning through them as being internship by myself, not through college, not through school.
Right,
Teach
right,
his own.
right.
But I did that because I didn't really know where I was,
Yeah.
what to do. After doing that, I started realizing entertainment, production, producing is my thing, not just showcasing myself.
Right.
Nonprofits, hosted events, walked into an interview. I was interviewed for being a host at a really major event. And then they end up bringing me in the back. They interviewed me and they hired me for executive producer for a radio station. And I had to say, I'm going to go, thank you.
Yes, you gotta get some claps to that.
I'm gonna go home, talk to my family, see what I can do, and I did. And after that, I've been on radio for 5 years, 3 Stellar Awards later, best host, best radio personality, 100 successful women in business.
Because your personality just shines through. And I tell people, I tell people all the time, it has nothing to do with people talk about, you go to school 5, 10 years of radio. No. If you got a personality,
Come on.
that's what makes it first. And speaking of now radio, you doing your thing. But you do a lot of other things. Now you said pageants.
I do.
So tell us a little bit about the pageant part.
That was a hard one. That's the hardest part. So I competed for 5 tours. I mean, we went on cruises and competed in the Bahamas, which is insane. And I was titled Miss International World Puerto Rico. So I was competing against internationally known women that came down from their countries just to compete. They didn't even live here. Still, they came down. We competed against each other. I met beautiful women. And this organization was based on women that already had their success. They're just promoting their side events, meaning like they have nonprofits, they have businesses, they have something that caters to the community that brought us all together. My thing was broadcasting media, where I was able to deliver to people, giving them the exposure they deserve, and they don't have to be famous to get this exposure.
Right.
All the women were doctors and lawyers and dentists and insane positions where they competed as a passion, and they went to uplift their organization to showcase it, to bring in profits, to change the game. So these ladies changed the games in their communities, period. And it was just mind-blowing to see what they can do. By being a part of that tour for five terms, we ended up to be on 90 Days Fiancé.
That was you read my mind.
Come on.
That's what's next.
I was featured. They chose me. Wow. And I was featured on that show for 5 different shows with Jasmine and Gino. You guys got to check them out, man. And this is not the new Jasmine and Gino because they moved on. But it was the 90 Days Fiancé portion. Check it out on our page, Mimi Mala 1 on Instagram. And you will see the behind the scenes and the version of us being aired with Jasmine and Gino for 90 Days Fiancé. And it's insane because out of all the women, they chose me for 5 episodes. They kept calling me down. They're like, Mimi, you're vibrant. You're great for the show. You're great to support Jasmine. And I got to actually know her and Gino. And I said they're beautiful people. So big shout out to them. They're amazing people. They're still in my life to this day. She still speaks to me to this day, Jasmine.
That's what's up.
And checks out our page. So big shout out to Jasmine.
Hey, look, you can't, you can shout out to that right there, You got some people come in your life, they stay. Some people come in your life, they leave.
You would think it'd be seasonal, right?
Right.
I'm just gonna say, I'm still astounded, Jasmine, by you still reaching out to me, still showing me love. Like, that's dope. It just shows like the great version of who they are. Yeah. And they're genuine. And
that's good.
It was an amazing experience. I'm not cut up for reality TV, I don't think, because it exposes a lot about you. Right. And they have me mic'd on all day, all night. So everything I said could have been aired. And that's what I was
Even when you were asleep?
Well, I was in my room and I was still mic'd by myself. And so like that's what it consists of, and that's a little bit of my fear.
Yeah, I'm like, man, look, I'm working on trying to do a reality show later this year, but the cameras won't be in the bedrooms and the bathrooms,
They in there.
Wow.
I'm not that reality star. Like, I'm not them. Yeah. I am the featured, so I don't have to worry about all that. But when I experienced this, let me tell you, my friend. Should I talk about this? I guess I can. They have a thin mic that's so thin that goes through you up to here. That it's like this. It's thinner than this. And that's network money right there.
You can easily forget that joint is on.
Yes, and that's why it's there. So when I'm behind the scenes talking to people, when I'm behind the scenes talking to you, when I'm in my room, when I'm eating, it's mic the whole time. Oh, my goodness. And my fear was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna release everything I'm talking about. I have a problem with that. I am a very private person, so I'm not cut up for that.
I can tell.
Said I was cut up for TV.
I can tell that as public as you are with your life, you're very private as well.
I'm very public 'cause I love people. Right. I love to be with them. Right. But don't ask me for too deep. Too deep, yeah. When it comes to my siblings, my family, my kids, it's not going to be released.
You got to let her bring it out. You don't answer press questions. So.
Say it again, Nate.
Is Jasmine Panamanian?
She is Panamanian. You know Jasmine.
They said that they're the fan. They texted me.
Yeah, it's Jasmine from Panama. That's her.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Said, oh, she's Panamanian.
She is. And I really like Jasmine. I really like her.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
I really like her.
Man, so
hell of experience, and I could curse here.
Yeah, you goddamn right you can curse here. Yeah. So what is that?
We're gonna get charged right here like they do in broadcasting.
I might get kicked out.
No. But no, I agree with you that some people come into your life and they
They can change your life.
They can change your life.
Just by something
and
so
it's
simple.
sometimes you don't even know they can change your life until after, like long after, like, oh damn, you know, and you think back on it like that changed my life. I didn't think about it at the time.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And she did. Just to know that the fact is that you're not so far fresh from the world, and
Right.
you respect and you understood the people that are working with you.
Yeah.
That's so much respect, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
respected that I supported her during this journey, which was amazing, which was so much fun, and I actually really loved it.
Yeah,
but I got in a real talk, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I hope they don't talk about release this because I got in.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, man. So what was your in all of your professional career, radio, modeling, the pageants, the reality show, what was your most memorable moment out of everything? Past, present, whenever.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Great question.
And don't and feel free to embarrass yourself.
I'm gonna say this. Real talk. This is so there's a comedian out here called James Yan. He's on The Monsters, which is the rock and roll station out here. He's a fabulous comedian. I hope he's watching, and if anything, he will be watching after this. And James Yan, I love you. So James Yan has it was Bruce Rutherford, first of all. So Bruce is an ex-NFL player, and I appreciate him. Because of him, he reached out to me and got me on the James Yan show. I love them both. They're genuine. Their success is impressive. He's on Afro TV. So just to have these guys around here in Orlando is just remarkable.
Yeah.
And they've been on my show, so a big shout out to them. I just love what they've done for me. And I ended up on his show. He brought me on the Afro TV, where it was a late night talk show, like back in the day, Conan O'Brien, things like that. I've never experienced that ever. And to be on that show is unforgettable.
Wow.
I was able to represent the Crown, represent Miss International World Puerto Rico. He had jokes galore because he's a comedian. So we had a freaking blast on that show.
That's what's up.
And it was on national TV. So for them giving me that exposure, for just the genuineness. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if you watch that shit, you'll crack up. I mean,
I'm pretty sure
I
I
was
will.
cracking up. I was like, yo, he roasted me. But I'm so
Yeah.
dope. I was like, yo, this guy got me. And it was hilarious. So again, this was during COVID, like right after that era. So to be able to be brought into a studio to see people again was amazing. So
Yeah,
again,
oh, yeah.
big shout out to
COVID.
James Yan, man. Reach out to us, man, right
what's
here.
up.
We love you. Thank you so much. I love it.
Yes,
Afro
indeed.
TV, baby. Woohoo!
Afro TV. Why does that sound so familiar?
It's here. Afro TV is based in Orlando.
I could have sworn I heard it when I was in DC.
No, it is aired everywhere.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but the home, well, I don't know if it's home based, but they do have a studio here in Orlando.
Okay,
And,
okay.
I mean, I was able to go into a TV studio
Right.
and to be interviewed for a late night show is the experience of a lifetime.
You'll never forget that.
Never. I never
no.
did. I still don't. It's still on my reel right now, my page, the Mimi Mala One Instagram. You'll see it on my reel.
Let me get into, before we wrap that, I want to get into a little bit of Mimi personal.
Oh,
Okay? I want to get into the personal of Mimi, all right? So of course, the first question I'm going to ask, because I know a lot of the fellas out there want to know, is Mimi single right now? What is Mimi's status? Is it single? Is it complicated? Is it I'm taking what's the status of Miss Mimi right
I'm
now?
not single. I'm sorry. That's all I'm
So
going to say. I'm not
okay,
single.
y'all heard that right? Y'all heard that? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's good, but for y'all fellas, I know y'all heartbroken right now. Just too bad. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get into this. We gonna move on to the next thing.
No, I'm personal.
Nothing personal. So let me ask you this. So salute. So let me go into the next personal Mimi question.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Get in.
Yeah,
man.
we about to get on it. What are some things that mean, like when you're not doing business? No business, no radio, no none of that. What do you like to do?
Oh, wow. No one ever asked me that. I'm usually the one that asks the questions, for being a host.
Yeah, the tables are turned tonight.
And that's why I said get in. I love it.
Tables, wait a minute, I gotta get some sound. Hold on, wait.
Come on. I can motherfucking curse. Okay.
Yeah, you can. You sure can. You sure can.
Damn, what was the question, son?
What do you like to do? Like when you're not doing any business, it's just free time. What do you like to do?
Sports.
Sports.
I like to
Anything.
play sports and I like to watch sports.
Okay. What sports?
Oh my, anything.
Anything?
NBA, NHL, ECHL,
She knows the league.
MLS. Yeah, all of it.
Wow.
There's nothing. I'm in mixed martial arts. If you guys don't know, I'm no longer in it though, but I'm a grandmaster blue belt. So I am an athlete since. Big shout out to my chief, Sean Cumberbatch.
In other words, she can kick your ass.
I can definitely defend
That's what
myself.
she's saying. Yeah.
Which is a big deal for women. Defend yourself, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can definitely, I'll break out. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I mean, fast too. You turn around, I'm gone. But again, big shout out to Sean Cumberbatch. I love Chief. Chief is amazing. So big shout out to Orlando. Woo! And with him alone, I actually got a Willie Mongoose Monroe,
Right.
the boxer that his father was a huge Cuban boxer. He's in Orlando, so by that alone, I got him to be a part with my chief, and then we worked out together in a dojo. So these are terms for mixed martial arts, and this is impressive. So I am that, right? So by that, I like to watch and be a part of sports.
Okay.
It's just nothing like it than watching sports live. That's my hobby. If I'm a millionaire, I would straight up go to every single Magic game, whether they're out of state, whether they're home. I follow that. I would be the one in the front row seat, like you see, like all these other guys, like you know what I mean. Like they'll be me, and I won't hackle them because I don't want to be about hackling.
No, yeah. You just,
Because I don't like that. I like to show support, inspire people, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I could say you suck because it's true. When you suck, you suck. Because sometimes we're like, you stink tonight.
you
stink.
yeah. Nothing disrespectful. Just
No.
you know.
It's real stuff.
Yeah, don't hackle these guys because
Right.
they are human beings.
Right.
And working for the Magic, I've seen that before. And matter of fact, real quick, long story short.
Some people take it too far.
Yeah, let me say this. I can say this because we're legally allowed to. When I work for the Magic, we're the only team in the NBA that's allowed to bring the fans down to the tunnel. No one in the NBA can do so. So this is why I really want to encourage people to come to Orlando Magic and watch them live in
Yeah.
Orlando, because you don't have to be a Magic fan only. You could be your fan only of your team,
Yeah.
and you can still see your team in the tunnel. So we're the first ones that allow that. That's been allowing that. That's why we're number one for hospitality here in Orlando in the NBA.
what's up.
We won banners, everything like that of the nature, and now we're a part of that. By that being said, being here watching the fans, we've seen where there was a fan of ours that was really malicious to one of the opponent teams, to now we had to change the rules from the NBA to now allow the fans in the away tunnel at certain point in time. So this just recently changed, which stinks. You guys killed it. And when it comes to the fans, you gotta be understanding and modest to the players. They're human beings. Like, you can't really antagonize these guys and talk to them like crap.
Talk about their game. Don't talk get all personal with them and stuff.
And
Yeah.
they get in like that. And sometimes they do get too hard in on their game too, though. And it's like they're humans.
Well, look. Make sure. Make sure when the Wizards come to town, y'all get deep.
They get a little, like, it could be, let me say this. If it's tasteless to when people around you like, ooh, you did a little.
Well, the Wizards deserve it.
You did a little, but at our level was, it was our fan. Look at you. That was a kid that went viral.
What they do?
He told him he sucked and he cursed him out, and the player came out and they were going back and forth, and that's when the NBA is like, the rules are done, like we're changing the game on this nature because a minor did that. So what the minor, he did have a higher status. His father was high status, and I guess
Oh, he probably thought he was entitled to it.
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna just say this: as a kid, as a child, and as an adult, if you have the capability and access to be so close to these players, please respect them because coming from the league, I could see how that's tasteless.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Unless they play for the Wizards.
You know what? I think it was the Wizards that they were going against.
Well, they deserve it.
I get.
Noko? I'm sorry. But no.
But listen, if you want to be a part of the tunnel and see these players run in and out, get autographs, pictures, and everything, come to Orlando Magic.
To Orlando
Yes,
Magic.
baby.
I'm an Orlando Magic fan. Officially tonight. I've been going back and forth with Swan, but there's no hope. And here's the thing.
Team before their Magic.
Wizards. The Washington Wizards, the worst team in the league. And here's the thing that pisses me off right
was
now,
against
okay?
them.
My emotions get into this when I start talking about them. Here's the thing. We can't even fail right. Now, if we keep losing, we could get the most balls in the draft,
Are
right?
you the worst right now? Are you the worst right now? You heard
With the
me.
Wizards?
Yeah.
Divorce from the
You
Wizards?
heard me, yeah.
the East.
I'm about to be. Yeah, we the worst by like a game or two.
Right.
By a game or two. But here's the thing. Now all of a sudden, not only did you ruin your chance for the playoffs, now you trying to ruin your chance to win the lottery. Now you want to start winning. You can't even lose right. You can't even fail right. What we need to do is we need to fail and just tank the rest of the season. Now at the end of the season, y'all want to start winning.
Right. You have to fail to at least get the
Yes,
first pick or
the
two.
most balls in the draft, and they can't even fail right. I'm done with them.
Maybe
I'm
it's
done
your
with them.
coach. You coach?
It's the whole organization.
Oh, that stinks.
It's been like that most of my adult life with the Wizards ever since we were the Bullets.
Oh, that stinks. We got a dope coach, so I'm gonna just say, let me say, he's so grounded. He talks to you.
Yeah, y'all having a little down year this year though,
Yeah,
compared to last year, I should say.
listen. when most of our players got hurt,
What I forget about, players
and it
hurt.
was nothing but the second
true.
string, they still killed it.
Oh yeah, y'all. Look, let me tell you something.
And we're still in the playoff league. Come on.
Look, I gotta give it. Orlando's my new team. I'm from this moment on, y'all can bring this show back up again. I am no longer talking about the Wizards.
Oh my gosh!
I'm done.
You lost a fan, Wizard.
Matter of fact, I'm going to go to a Wizards game at the next time if they come to Orlando.
Magic jersey?
And I'm a Magic jersey, and I'm going to boo them.
God.
How's that? How's that? Matter of fact, let me say something else. How I feel about the Wizards. This is how I feel about the Wizards. What they've done when it comes to me.
You blew it.
There you go. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. Let me ask you this, and so we can wrap it up, because I know we're gonna go on live on TikTok for just a few minutes.
Yes.
I started something my past few shows, and that I'm not gonna lie, I copied this from another podcast on YouTube, but I like it, so I'm gonna take it myself. Name what are 3 things that you are grateful for?
Oh wow.
3 things you're grateful for.
Wow. My family? Well, I should have said God first. I'm sorry. God first, my family second, and life itself third.
That's deep.
Straight up.
That's deep.
I'm just happy to be here, happy to be alive. I'm seeing things. I'm seeing people dying. I'm seeing diseases. I'm seeing all of this. As we get older, it's even worse.
Yeah.
And so many young people going through a lot.
Yeah. You're right.
And a lot of depression and suicide. And I'm just grateful for my mental.
That's great.
So I'm hoping that I'm able to bring this to others. My main goal is to make people stronger
Yeah.
mentally. Mental is everything.
It is.
It's just your mind, body, and soul. It can even cure you from diseases or cure you from things.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
stress itself. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
And I'm just hoping that, I'm blessed. Maybe it's the generation I grew up in. I don't know. Maybe it's the family base. Maybe it's the culture base.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just who I am.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that I'm able to showcase this and bring this out. And I hope I do, because even with you guys, my friends, we're showing this kind of energy.
One thing I'm gonna tell you, I consider myself a good judge of character. So what I'm telling you is not something that I'm just telling you because you're here and you have your energy is infectious. I can feel it. A lot of time, one thing you can fake a lot of stuff in life. You can't fake energy.
Come on.
You can't fake vibe. You can't fake none of that. And what I get from you is just a general happiness. No matter, let's just, even if something is going on in your life right now that nobody knows about, I feel that great energy from you.
So real.
And I'm telling you right now, it's infectious. And I felt it the first time when we came to the radio station. The smile was real. Your energy was real. It was like,
Come
I
on.
was telling them, I'm like, man, she's a real
Wow.
one. I had so much fun at the station that night. Nate, and not that I didn't want to come. It was Nate knows me. I'm an old man. And when it gets late after 9, I'm like, I'm in the house,
Yeah.
I came that night because I wanted to support him, and it ended up being there. And I think everything's done for a reason. And the fact that I got to meet you and your crew, your infectious vibe, I think reflects off of them. And then it reflects back, and it was great. So I feel so. I love your energy, and we need to do more.
So grateful. I'll just say this. Everybody goes through things.
Yeah.
Even I have things that you don't know.
Right.
You must stay positive. You must stay focused. You must be who you are. You must keep it real.
Yeah.
And keep going, because We all go through things. We can overcome them. We'll figure out a plan. But you must stay healthy and happy and wise because you will overcome it. Because I've been through some shit.
Yeah. And no, you know what I'm saying? You can that infectious smile, that energy that somebody brings. You don't know how much strength it takes. It's taking them to have that, and the fact that they're doing that gives me even more respect for them. So the fact, you know what I'm saying, just your energy alone, I feel I love it.
I am so blessed that you said that because let me tell you, you could change people's lives. Right now, by how we're speaking and how we're talking to people, we're changing someone's life right now.
I hope so.
It's happening.
If you're going through something, man, keep your head up. It could be hard because we're all humans. And yeah, we have our good days and our bad days. There's nothing wrong with having a bad day or two. But try to keep your head up as much as you can.
You must.
Yeah.
We all get backstabbed. We all get disloyal. We all have people that were close to us that backstabbed us, or we're finding that love that we can't find. We all go through it.
All go through it.
It must be find who you are.
Exactly. Do something.
Know who you are, and you'll be happy within yourself. You bring that out, and none of that will matter because you will bring the people that are like you.
Exactly.
To you. And that's such a beautiful thing, right?
It's a beautiful thing. I had a ball. Before we go, give everybody your social media one more time, where they can follow you, how they can tune into the show.
Come on, so tap in right now every Wednesday on Peace on the Streets radio show, WOKB out here in Orlando, 1680 AM, 100.7 FM, WOKB Radio, peaceonthestreets.com, and iHeartRadio, guys, 9 to 12 a.m. Eastern Time here on Peace on the Streets. Check me out, Mimi Mala 1 on mimimala.com, Instagram, or Facebook, or Twitter. Come on.
You already heard that. Y'all heard that. Wait a minute, I gotta get my sound.
Come on, Celebration.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
It's a pleasure and an honor. Thank you so much for having me.
It was an honor to have you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. This was fun.
Come on.
Y'all ain't heard the last of us yet. Trust me. You ain't heard it. It's more to come. Yeah.
Different spots?
Different spots.
Live in the building?
Anywhere.
Live on the spot?
We can go anywhere.
Let's do this.
Let's do it, man. Shout out to my boy Nate back there.
Yes.
Nate's been the unofficial bartender tonight, helping us with this. Shout out to him because he introduced me to you. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Good people meet good people through good people.
Absolutely.
There you go, y'all.
Such a blessing.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for being with us.
We will see y'all next time. Matter of fact, if you're on TikTok, go to Rip Radio on TikTok. We're gonna be on there in a few minutes, so join us on there.